Probably is. For which it
one
stands.
nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Wow.
And I know my microphone turns off the second I don't talk directly to it, so sorry about that.
We remembered most of the words that we did.
Yeah. It is interesting to hear it remote like this. Okay, next we have the minutes of the regular board meeting of April 23rd. Are there any additions or corrections to those minutes as presented?
Move approved, Mayor.
We have a motion by trustee Jensen, second by trustee Miller. Any discussion? All right, roll call, please.
Trustee Jensen,
Aye.
trustee Miller,
Aye.
trustee Addison,
Aye.
trustee Wells.
Motion carries. Moving on. One of the two items of business that we have on the agenda tonight is the approval of the warrants list, bills presented for payment in the amount of $275,831.39. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee Miller, second by trustee Jensen. Any discussion on the bills?
If you want to discuss these, come on the 20th and we'll get into them in great detail.
Don't be shy. Plenty of seating at this meeting. All right, roll call, please.
Trustee Miller,
Aye.
trustee Addison,
Aye.
trustee Wells,
Aye.
trustee Jensen.
Aye.
All right, motion carries.
Trustee Siddick is here.
Hello, trustee Siddick. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. There was a lot of complications going through with the process that wouldn't allow me in.
No.
So I've been here.
Well, we're glad you're here.
You show up as a phone number, not a name. That's why we didn't know you were there.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm here.
We'll call you 1655.
Okay.
All right, then. We have no special business on the agenda tonight. Now would come any public comment on agenda items. If we have members of the public on the call, all we would ask is that you would make sure you're not muted, give us your name, and state your case. All right, hearing none, we will have the opportunity at the end of the agenda where we can also address any and all topics. Under mayor's report, all I can tell you is every day kind of seems like the one before, and it's a great preview for the one ahead. Our village hall is spooky when you walk in the morning. Sometimes there's no lights on in any of the public areas because there's nobody coming. We'll usually have one staff member, either Tracy or Sandy or Donna will be in the building. Right now we've got Donna answering phones from home, and Tracy and Sandy are splitting up the time for the most part. And then typically we'll have a code enforcement person and our administrator. So it's just weird. Nice to say that we got some encouraging news today from the governor's press conference, although I don't know that I fully understand what comes next. But apparently all the regions of the state have qualified for phase 3. So that theoretically might mean that small businesses could open up under certain conditions and maybe even be able to get a haircut or something at some point in time. I don't know.
Are you saying even our region up in the Northeast?
Yes.
Wow, that's really good news.
Yeah, the statement he made was all 4 regions had qualified or had met the requirements. But then in another article I read, it said later in the month. So I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know that we have a timeline yet on what happens next.
Oh.
There's always Wisconsin.
There's always Wisconsin, the Wild West.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes. Go ahead, Lynn.
I'm having a hard time hearing everybody because of the connection.
Okay. I don't know that we can do anything about that at this point.
It's all through the internet.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, you sound good, Linda. Sounds
Yeah,
clear.
we can hear you fine. All right. Well, then I will move on to trustee reports. Trustee Gus is not here. Trustee Johnson, have you got anything for us tonight?
Just a reminder that our next Finance Committee meeting is May 20th at 6 p.m. Same place as this one. And lots of seating, more seating than we usually have. And we will go over that warrant list. So that's all we have. That's all I have for you.
Thank you very much. Trustee Miller, what have you got?
Yeah, no report tonight. Thank you.
All right. Trustee Addison?
I just wanted to mention that we had a Public Works Committee meeting Tuesday night. It was very similar to this one, a Zoom meeting online, but just a shout out to the Public Works crew. John mentioned people that are working in the Village Hall. The Public Works crew is working. They're doing some interesting shift work, working 12-hour shifts and rotating through the weekends so that everybody's not in the building at the same time for the start and the end of the day and for lunchtime. And so they're basically working in 3-person shifts, and things are working out pretty well. As far as we can tell, things are getting addressed, and it's going well. So just to let everybody know, we really appreciate the flexibility of all the village staff. But from my perspective, of course, especially the Public Works staff, getting things done under strange circumstances.
And when Mark says the weekend, that includes Sundays too. I've seen some of the guys out on Sundays.
Right. I believe they're every other Sunday they're working. They're shifting. They're working 3 12-hour shifts and then doing some training and for that extra 4 hours to make up their 40-hour weeks. So, yeah, every other week the one crew works on Sundays. So it's different, but it's working out so far.
That's good. And it's important. Everyone's working together, and that's what's really important is in these unprecedented times that we're all in together. Sorry. All right. Moving on, Trustee Siddick.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I would just like to ask, you know, I am receiving the daily reports from the Lake County Health Department, and I don't know that this is reported on our Facebook page to let our residents know what's going on. Just statistics and things that are going on versus our population, and just what the health department is reporting in their guidelines on public safety. So I would like to make sure that that is out there for everybody.
Okay. Yep. We'll take a look at that and see where we're at. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Trustee Wells.
No report, Your Honor.
All right, sir. Has our illustrious administrator got anything for us tonight? All right. Then we have nothing under our consent agenda tonight, so we're back to Trustee Wells with a resolution.
Thank you, Your Honor. After your consideration, approval of a petition for Casey's Retail Company and final plat subdivision. Retail company located at 39131 North Sheridan Road, Beach Park, Illinois. As you well know, this project has been going on through the various planning and permitting phases since the original approvals in June of 2018. They've been involved in considerable discussion, negotiations, and agreement with various agencies such as IDOT and various other agencies. Casey's company is at a point in the development process whereby they have asked for approval of the final plat of subdivision. Zoning Board of Appeals held a public meeting on April 14th of 2020 to discuss and deliberate this request. The board unanimously recommended approval of the final plat of subdivision. Hence, the plat now is before you, the village board. Request approval. This item was originally planned for board approval on April 23rd. However, Casey's requested changes to address the village's easement on the southwest corner to be consistent with the previous approved easement agreement with the village and added approximately 2 feet to account for all the property plan and subdivision that needed to be accounted for as part of the new Paxton right-of-way. And again, this was approved by the planning board, planning, building, and zoning committee. And I'd like to entertain this in the form of a motion for approval.
We have a motion by trustee Wells.
Second.
We have a second by trustee Jensen. Ask the clerk, what is the resolution number?
14.
Number 14. Any discussion on the resolution? All right. Roll call, please.
Trustee Addison. Trustee Addison.
Aye.
Okay. Trustee Siddick.
Aye.
Trustee Wells.
Aye.
Trustee Jensen.
Aye.
Trustee Miller.
Aye.
All right. Motion carries.
Concludes my report.
Thank you. Have we heard any construction schedules or anything like that? Nothing at this time anyway. So
I'll reach out tomorrow and let them know about the plat approval and then,
Okay.
Have they closed on the property?
no.
Not yet. Okay. All right. We have, do we have any new business to be brought to the board tonight? Nothing on the agenda.
I have a couple of questions, Mayor,
Sure.
if I may. Any thing to announce with respect to replacing our community development building administrator, director, whatever the heck his title was?
We have been receiving applications and we have several that look good. We have not done any interviews yet that I'm aware of. So did we have we closed out receiving the applications yet? Or?
Not yet. No, sir. No.
So we're still taking
Question
applications.
Okay, I was just curious. Question number 2. A neighbor of mine is on our PB&Z board, and I see his house is for sale. I'm wondering if has he tendered his resignation or?
Yes.
Louis? Yes, okay.
Louis, yeah. And we have not taken any action yet, but I am willing to hear any and all recommendations the board might bring to me. So.
Okay, I got one, but I'm not going to mention it tonight. He's probably listening.
That's fine. That's fine. Please make your referrals. I appreciate it.
And let's see what else I had. Oh, I was pleased to see that we have the Wadsworth Road closing on the front page of the village website. That's going to be a mess.
Yeah.
So that's good to have that up.
I was disappointed that they couldn't figure out a way to have Wadsworth closed and open cut Sheridan Road at the same time. I don't know why they couldn't coordinate that well.
Yeah, somebody's fallen asleep at the switch. And last one is, I didn't notice if we have made note on our website with respect to the minor break that county's given taxpayers with respect to breaking up the tax bill payments into pieces. But I know that there are some people out there that are pretty anxious about that. I've seen posts on Facebook and Nextdoor and all those. There's people that have been concerned about that.
Yeah.
So I thought that'd be worthwhile to post that if we don't have it. I didn't see it on the front page anyway.
Yeah, I know it made it onto the Facebook page, but I believe it made it on the Facebook page, but we should also put that on the website as well.
Right. And Facebook, speaking of that, I see that Donna posted that we canceled the spring cleanup. That was the wording. Previously, we had postponed it. Is it still a potential to do that in June or July, or is that done for the year? Or what's the status of that?
I'm looking at the end of the June, unofficially.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's what I thought before, but the language was a little bit confusing. She said canceled for May, and I didn't know if there was a change since the last information came out. Okay, that's all I have. Thank you for your indulgence.
On that topic as well, Advanced has resumed picking up large items, bulky items at regular waste collection days as well. So get those couches and mattresses and.
Right. I think you have to schedule in advance, don't you? You have to call ahead.
Yeah, it may be. But yeah, they do have that service back up and running again. So.
Okay.
All right. Any other new business for the board? All right. Are there any citizens who wish to address the board about any topic at all? Again, I would ask you just let us know your name and speak your piece.
My name's Chad Wallace. I had to have my daughter figure out how to unmute my screen here. The school uses Zoom all the time, and this is my first Zoom call, so it took me a minute.
Gotcha.
I am with Farnsworth Group and representing the Casey subdivision, so you'll probably have to add me into the minutes when I was trying to talk and wasn't being heard. So I appreciate the consideration and approval of the plat. I don't know if you have any other questions about that. I know that there's a couple questions that Mark was able to answer pretty easily. So
Yeah. Have you any sense for construction schedule at this point, or timelines?
I have not heard anything, no.
Okay. Being a developer myself now, I can understand that. One day at a time.
Right. And I know they're itching to get going,
Yep.
get closed on the property and whatnot. So
Good.
the faster we can put this thing to bed. I think they've been involved in several long drawn out processes of
Yeah.
several different sites. So I think they're looking to get rid of them as fast as they can, get closed on them and get building on them. So
Yep. Good. Well, any information that you can either pass along to us or have, we'll certainly reach out as well, but we're just curious. So that's looking forward to it.
right. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other members of the public wish to speak? All right. There being none, we have no cause tonight for an executive session. We're down to that item 15. Trustee.
Mayor, might I offer a motion to adjourn?
We have a motion by Trustee Jensen,
Second.
a second by Trustee Miller, I believe.
Yep.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Trustee Jensen,
All right.
Trustee Miller,
Aye.
Trustee Addison, Trustee Siddick,
Aye.
Trustee Wells.
Aye.
Well, I have to say that meeting really zoomed along.
Oh,
But,
Much better.
all right, everyone. Well, thank you for your attendance and your time.
have a good night.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Everybody take care. Yeah, good night.
Good night, everybody.